Hi everybody, I'm back. How are you today? I hope you're well. I am going to get to do that Maybelline full face today. If you can hear background noise, I apologize. We live on a farm, there are tractors, there's, stuff happening outside. So I'll try and reduce the noise when I do the editing, but you might hear something like that. So the first thing I'm going to use is the Maybelline Build a Brow pen with the gel on the end. Now I've been using this quite a bit. There's not a lot of product in here. So I'm just going to fill in my brows with the pen. This shade is possibly a little dark, but I'm just doing really light strokes here. It's not that I lack brow hairs. I actually have sufficient number. Some of them are very white, and I tend to have long brow hairs. They can get a little bit witchy poo over time if I don't groom them. And by grooming, I mean sometimes I have to wax, not very often. Usually I just have to pull the odd hair or two out these days. I used to have to wax quite regularly because the hair growth was really prominent. But now that mostly when they grow back, they're either silver or white. And I do tint my brows probably once every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on, first of all, how much time I've got. And second of all, how much fade there's been on the tint. So in the winter, when I'm not washing my face or showering quite as often as I do in the summer, I tend to get a bit more lifespan out of my tint because, you know, it's the same with your hair. Every time you wash your hair or wet your hair, some of the colour goes down the drain, doesn't it? Right, so that's about all I want to do today. And then I will let that dry and put the gel on. So there's only a tiny amount of product in here, but the spoolie is really cute and small. And you can see that I have used it quite a lot because I'm down to there. It's looking a little grungy. Sorry about that. I'm going to put on some Maybelline eyeshadows now. Now this lovely palette was gifted to me by one of you. Thanks, Lou. The Burgundy Bar from Maybelline, of course. And it is still available, okay? I think it's about $15 if you check those discount websites, $15 Australian. I use this quite a lot. It has some nice shimmers, some nice metallics. It is cooler toned with pops of the burgundy in it, which universally flattering shade. I'm just using that neutralizing shade that's in the corner, or neutralizing for me. Okay, so then I'm going to go in with the darker matte, the cool tone brown at the bottom. Just get a different brush and I'm going to tap that in the corner. This does have a purple undertone, which goes along with the idea of the palette, of course. So in the pan it looks quite different to how it will appear on the eye, I have discovered. It is pigmented enough. This would be a beginner friendly palette. Not too bad. Let's get a bit more colour on this side. Thank you to those people that pointed out my last video was only 1 second long. I apologise for that. I have rectified that situation. If you would like to watch my recent Get Ready With Me and mini review video, please do. It is there now. That's nice, isn't it? Really soft. It's a really soft, easy to use formula. There's no fallout, that's the other thing. So what will I use? Let's see. I think I'm going to use my finger now to put on this brown here, this one here. All right. And I'm going to tap that out there. To warm that up a bit. I'm going to grab a liner brush, go in with that and go in with that simultaneously. And just on the lash line, nice and tight, but not on the waterline, because I've got something cool to go there. One of my all-time favorite eyeliners to use there. Okay, that looks cute, doesn't it? All right, now we're going to go in with some of the purples. I think we'll choose this one. Let me see if you can see that. Can you see that? Isn't that lovely? So we'll tap that just over the edge of the brown and on top of the brown and coming towards the center lid. Gorgeous. I love it. I love it. Right, and as we get closer to the inner eye, I'll lighten it up, of course. I'll now go in with this one. That one there. Right. It's quite a lot pinker. And then, wiping my finger off, I'll go in with one of these light ones. Which one will I use? They look really similar to me. Do they look similar to you? That one's slightly grayer. Let's use this one. I use this one quite a bit. And I'm not being too careful about it because I know that I can get away with just sort of spreading it around like that. It's not going to fall out all over the place. It's not going to be too aggressive. Let me just get my buffing brush and blend everything together. A palette that would go from day to night very easily indeed. Nice, huh? Okay, so I used that shade, 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 and I used that shade, more than half of them. One of the great eyeliner formulas, I believe, of all time is the Maybelline Tattoo Liner. Look how much I've used this. This is the shade Amethyst. This is the maybe third one of these I've had. It is a traditional pencil liner. It is a glorious colour, like that. And the wear time on these, they're not kidding. When they say it's like tattoo, they mean it. It stays on. It stays on. The only other liner that I've had in this colour was a really expensive one. I think it might have been like a Victoria Beckham or something. And I loved it. I loved everything about it except the price. It was ridiculously expensive. And one day I was just, looking around. I think I was in Priceline or somewhere, Chemist Warehouse, I don't know. And I saw this and I went, oh, that's the same colour. So I bought it, compared them, and ended up liking the Maybelline one better, and I've been using it ever since. The Victoria Beckham one I did finish up. But, you know, once I found this, I was like, I certainly don't need to repurchase that. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of the amethyst there and there to define the outer eye a little bit more. I don't want it to come in too far. I could get away with no mascara today, couldn't I? But you can't put full face of Maybelline on and not use a mascara, because that's what they're best known for. And this has been around for decades probably. The Maybelline Colossal, this is the waterproof version. This is my daughter's favourite mascara. This is, Maybelline mascaras are always in my bride kit. I still use the old green and pink tube waterproof one on all my brides, because I know, or this one, I know that brides are going to be crying. A lot of them do, some of them don't. And this gives volume, it gives blackness, it gives definition. It lifts, it does everything, holds its curl, you name it. And so does this one. This has got a much thicker brush. This one's starting to go. I think it's got a bit of a smell about it, so I might need to use this up very soon. Thing being that I have so many mascaras and I have so many open at the same time, and I try my best not to have that situation, but I get excited about a new formula, a new colour, a new wand, and I just want to try them. So once they're opened, of course, they start to get affected. Oxidization, etc. happens. They can dry out. A waterproof one will do that much faster anyway, because it has the waterproofing ingredients, which I suppose have to have some element of, you know, safe level of alcohol in them. Not super lifting, but a very good standard of mascara. Eyes are looking good, aren't they? I have primed my lips, and you just know what lip liner I'm going to use. You do already. It is the Maybelline Coloursational in Almond Rose. It is the longest lasting lip liner. It's so inexpensive and so easy to use. That's what it looks like. Nice, huh? Okay, let's get the foundation. It is Maybelline's classic 30-hour Super Stay. My shade is 21. What does that say? Well, it's shade 21. I don't know. Okay, shade 21 it is. Right, I put one on my hand like so. Now this is obviously a winter shade for me. And Superstay, yes. I get Estee Lauder double wear vibes from this formula. But I like this one better because it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. Like, Estee Lauder double wear is a classic for a reason. I'm not dissing it. But for me, on my skin, I feel that it's heavier. It's certainly a lot more expensive than this guy. And yeah, Maybelline are always trying to innovate with their foundation formulas. They brought out that luminous matte one. I can't remember what it's called, Lumi Matte. I could not find a shade that I liked, that suited me, and I found it incredibly dry. So for me, that was not an option. So I went back to this one. Now I've used the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth for 15 years, maybe more. It was possibly my first, after I sort of started wearing makeup again, and not just BB cream. It was probably the first one I got, and I love it. And I just can't remember what shade I was. So I'm always sort of like, is that the right shade? Is that the right shade? My hair is doing crazy things. It's nice coverage. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. I don't have to powder. It's already dried down. But I will be powdering because I'm using a Maybelline powder, a classic Maybelline powder. But before I powder down, I'm going to use this, the Maybelline Superstay Teddy Tint in Knee High. I love this. I love it. And I'm going to use it as a blush. It smells so much like strawberry yogurt or something. You can use these as lip and cheek. They are like based on the Korean blurring lip and cheek concept. Even the packaging gives you that vibe. I think, I don't know, maybe NYX is doing something similar, but I don't know that many mainstream brands are on the Korean beauty bandwagon yet. They should be. Style of makeup, I mean, there's plenty of fantastic Korean makeup and skincare brands, and you know I love them. But yeah, get on board mainstream brands, because there's a lot of innovation there. There's the Gen Z element that are very aware of K-pop in particular. Isn't that pretty? All right, I'm going to put it over the lip liner, and this will not move all day, I swear. You can see that blurring. And on my lips that have vertical lines, and no, I'm not a smoker and never have been, it really helps. And the thing is, even though it's really like super drying in terms of drying down, my lips just don't crack. They don't feel like they're going to crack. And if they do, like if it's a particularly windy day, I'll come in over the top with Lifter Gloss. Look how much is left. That much is left. This is the one on ice. It's the clear, it's fantastic. It's a classic. They make a lot of really famous products, don't they? Now that I think about it. Okay, I don't need to powder down here, but I will. I don't have a Maybelline bronzer anymore. I used to have one, but it broke, like the packaging broke up. And that was really a shame, because it was a very good bronzer, a good colour for me. So the powder I'm using is Maybelline Master Fix. Now, everyone loves the Fit Me one. I didn't like it. I like this one better. Baking and brightening loose powder, and this is in, well, it looks like banana. Let me just see what it's actually called. I think it's just translucent. It doesn't have a name, but it is kind of yellow. See that? So I think it's meant to be a banana. Just getting a little bit on my brush. This will brighten the under eye area nicely. I don't really need it for setting because my foundation's already set. This is great everyday makeup. Like, the quality is really great. The longevity. Look at my skin, it looks blurred. Really nice, even my 11s. Now I do need a bit of bronzer, but I don't have one, so that's that. We'll just go pale petal today, won't we? Okay, just gonna go fix up my hair and come back. So this makeup was super quick to create, as you saw. I just did have to fill in a few more brow hairs in a different light with a different mirror. That's just how it goes when, you know, you can't do your makeup with your glasses on, can you? It's a little bit hard. So this is it. Great every day. That lip combo will not move now. It's not, it's there. But it doesn't feel like my lips are going to crack and be dry. It still looks quite nice and blurred and soft. So the eye look, I love this palette. So good, so good. Thank you so much for sending it to me, Lou. You are the best. And using that Teddy tint as a lip and cheek, great idea. 2-in-1. Save your traveling space in your bag in your makeup bag, and also a cute concept as well, and great colors. This one I really love. Now, the only thing I don't really love from Maybelline are their lipsticks. I've not had a good experience with Maybelline lipsticks. I've found that their formulas have either been too dry, too goopy, and in one case, one that I bought was just smelt straight up like rancid oil. Now, that may have been because the retailer had had it on the shelf too long, but nonetheless, a lipstick that's sealed inside a, you know, container should not be going off in, you know, any time. I mean, I've literally had a Revlon red lipstick that was my grandmother's. Yeah, and my grandmothers have, neither of them have been alive for 35 plus years. So that lipstick is really, really old, and I keep it, and I never wear it obviously, but I keep it because it's a special makeup memory that I have with my nana. And yeah, it just, I pull it out, I look at it, I smell it, and it still smells fresh. So it's a Revlon lipstick from probably the 80s, the 70s, and it still smells fresh. So why can't Maybelline keep their lipsticks fresh, you know? Whatever. Okay, last step. It's newer to the market, and it is instantly a favorite. The Maybelline Superstay Double Fixer. Now, I have been a fan, as you know, of the giant purple bottle of fixing spray for literally 10, 15 years. I don't know how long. I just keep buying it on repeat. Whenever it's on sale at Chemist Warehouse, I get another one. This is a tinier little bottle, but isn't it cute packaging, and the most beautiful mister, and it smells like just really fresh shampoo. That is nice. The other one, the one that the purple one, I'll just go and get it. This guy, a staple in my bride kit. Brilliant, and also in my own makeup, my everyday makeup. It is amazing. Makeup setting spray up to something hour wear, matte finish. it's just a natural skin finish really, but there's no fragrance in this one. And this is like your face will actually be tightened by it. Now, if you don't like that sensation, stay away from this one. But for every day, all day, if you are partying, whatever, this is unreal. And the packaging, you get a massive 100 and something mil, 100 mil, whereas this one you only get 50, so it's half the size. They're about the same price. This one is more aesthetically pleasing, obviously, and although I love purple, this is a really soft pinky purple lid, and that the white part is actually a powder inside, so that's, you know, if you don't want to wear a powder, just put this on. But the smell goes away. It is a beautiful fresh smell though, and I love them both, but economically speaking, it's better to buy the big bottle. It will last you longer and it's about the same price. Thank you for watching my full Face of Maybelline video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Super quick makeup, super easy to use makeup, and that's the key, and universally available. Maybelline is available all over the world. These products are a good price no matter what country you're in. Whenever I've traveled anywhere, I've checked to see, you know, compare prices. So that, you have to say, is a tick in their favour. And the fact that you can still buy your favourite products from them 20, 30 years later is also fantastic. Have a wonderful day. As you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day outside. I will talk to you again soon, and thank you for being here and supporting my channel. Bye.